Speaking of the G League, the New Orleans Pelicans tapping into the G League, selecting Dyson Daniels out of the G League Ignite. He chose G League Ignite over D1 offers as well as NBL Next Stars program. Kids from Australia. He reportedly experienced a 2-inch growth spurt during a draft prep, going from 6'6" to 6'8". His dad, Ricky Daniels, played at NC State in the 90s, so he's certainly got an athletic background, and he is an elite defender. And now you're going to put him in a lineup with Herb Jones. You put him in a lineup with Zion coming back. If he's healthy, Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. This New Orleans Pelicans team, Avery, this could be a problem. Yeah, you have Kyra Lewis, who was out last year, with an ACL injury. And getting Zion Williamson re-signed, maybe not to a fully guaranteed extension. We've heard Gail Benson talk about some sort of a football version where some of his money's guaranteed. But when you get a kid like Daniels, this kid can dribble the basketball, but he's a playmaker. He's really good on defense. They need perimeter defensive help, and that's one of their Achilles' heel. CJ McCollum is not the best guy on defense, but you pair him with Herb Jones, who arguably was, one of the top, 3 to 5 rookies at any given time in the NBA last year. And now you add another lengthy 6'8" guy to that lineup to give you some more depth. Because you got to remember, in the regular season for the NBA, it's an 82-game season. So you have injuries. And last year we had, obviously, COVID protocols. So you don't know who's available. So you need that quality depth.
This is an A+ for me, if only because he was the best player on my board available at this point. New Orleans, you guys have got this right. They're real interesting. They could go from a team that's not even on anybody's radar to a legitimate Western Conference contender as soon as next season. Obviously, a lot of that, if not all of it, falls on Zion Williamson being healthy. But Brandon Ingram, that's an all-star level guy. CJ McCollum has been doing great things in the league for a long time. Jonas Valanciunas is a terrifically productive big. And for all of Valanciunas' strengths, he's not a rim protector, and he does struggle to guard in space, and he is more of a traditional center than a modern center. So how do you cover up for that? Draft incredible perimeter defenders that people can't get into the lane. And when you've got Herb Jones and Dyson Daniels, who is arguably the best perimeter defender in this draft, you've taken a good step in that direction. I understand this move.
Dyson Daniels, what should we know about him outside of being such an elite defender?
Yeah, outside of the fact that he defends, we've got that. And he really does. We're not exaggerating. He is as good of a defender as advertised. But he's also a versatile defender because he's got terrific positional size in the backcourt. At 6'8", he's got the potential to play and defend as many as 3 different positions because he is also a high-level passer and ball mover. He sees the floor. He utilizes that size to see over the defense and make plays for others. The swing skill is his ability to shoot the basketball, especially on a New Orleans team that didn't really excel in that area last season. He's got to be able to knock down open shots.
All right, with more here on Dyson Daniels, let's send it over to Poppy Miller.
Thanks, Hakeem. Let's welcome back in Travis Branham now. We've actually just lost him, we're hearing. We are going to bring him back in because he's just joined us again now, actually. Let's carry on the discussion about Dyson Daniels because he's impressed a lot, hasn't he, in these workouts with several teams. What stood out to you most, though, Travis, about his development?
Yeah, this is a player that I've been watching since the time he was about a freshman and sophomore in high school. He's actually former teammates with Ben Mathurin, who went number 6, playing for the NBA academies. Again, his maturity dates all the way back to those early days in high school. He's always had this impressive frame and maturity about him. And what's funny is he's not known as a shooter now, but at the time, he was actually a good shooter, and that was his biggest strength from those early days in high school. He has since really developed that playmaking. Is a tremendous decision maker with the ball in his hands, and again, a tremendous defender who's going to be able to impact the game right away for the Pelicans.
So expecting an immediate impact there for the Pelicans. Thanks so much, Travis. Back to you, Hakeem.
All right, Poppy, thank you. And certainly if New Orleans hadn't selected Dyson Daniels, you'd have to think that maybe the Spurs would have taken him 9th overall, considering the way that they construct their lineup. As we take a look at the best available right now, it's A.J. Griffin, Ochai Agbaji, Jeremy Sohan, Ty Washington, and Malachi Branham. But still on the board as well is Jalen Duren out of Memphis. We'll see where he ends up. We'll see what the Spurs do with the first of 3 first-round selections when we continue here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Jeep.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.